What if I told you that the world's third largest tortoise, a creature built to live for over a century, is being stolen from the wild at a rate that could wipe it out in your lifetime? Imagine a creature so resilient it can survive in some of the harshest deserts on Earth. The African spurred tortoise, with its golden brown shell and formidable spurs on its thighs, is a true desert monarch. In the wild, it digs burrows 10 feet deep to escape the blistering heat, emerging at dusk to feed on sparse grasses. It's a species designed for the long haul. Some individuals live well past 100 years. But right now, this ancient, slow-moving giant is facing a threat it cannot outpace. For decades, this tortoise was a local secret, known to nomadic tribes and a handful of biologists. But in the last 20 years, something shifted. A new kind of demand emerged, one that has turned this gentle giant into a global commodity. And the story of how that happened reveals a troubling paradox. Sometimes, the more we love an animal, the more danger we put it in. To understand how we got here, you have to look at where this tortoise comes from. Its home is a vast, sun-scorched belt of land stretching across the southern edge of the Sahara Desert, from Senegal to Ethiopia. Here, the spurred tortoise isn't just another animal, it's a vital part of the ecosystem. Its burrows provide shelter for lizards, snakes, and insects. Its grazing helps disperse seeds. For generations, it lived in relative balance with the people who shared its landscape. But then, the outside world discovered it. The first major change came from the pet trade. With their docile nature, striking appearance, and impressive size, they can grow to over 100 pounds. African spurred tortoises became highly sought-after exotic pets. Social media fueled the desire, with influencers showcasing them in custom-built enclosures. The problem was, captive breeding is difficult and slow. A female might lay only one clutch of eggs per year, and the hatchlings are fragile. The supply couldn't keep up with the skyrocketing demand, so traders looked to the wild. And they found a way in. In rural villages where poverty is widespread, a single wild tortoise can be sold for the equivalent of a month's wages. For many families, it's an impossible offer to refuse. The tortoises are gathered, often by children who can easily spot them, and funneled into a shadowy network. They're stuffed into sacks, crammed into boxes, and transported for days without food or water. Many don't survive the journey. Those that do end up in markets thousands of miles from home, their origins rarely questioned, but the damage doesn't stop at the border. Back in their native habitats, the absence of these tortoises is creating a silent crisis. The deep burrows they dig are crucial for water infiltration during rare desert rains. Without them, the land becomes harder, more prone to erosion. Plants that relied on the tortoises to spread their seeds struggle to regenerate. The entire ecosystem begins to fray at the edges. Local cultures, too, are losing a piece of their natural heritage, an animal that features in their folklore and traditions. What's perhaps most startling is how recent and rapid this decline has been. In parts of Senegal and Mali, where tortoises were once common, field researchers now report finding empty burrows and silent landscapes. Population estimates are grim, suggesting some regions have lost over half their tortoises in just 2 decades. This is not a slow, natural decline. This is an evacuation, so is there any hope? The answer is yes, but it requires a fundamental shift. Conservation groups are now working directly with local communities, creating tortoise guardians programs that pay residents to protect the animals rather than capture them. They're also establishing secure, fenced reserves, tortoise islands, where populations can recover safe from poachers. On the demand side, there's a push for stricter enforcement of international wildlife laws and a major campaign to educate potential pet owners about the importance of buying only captive-bred animals from reputable sources. The African spurred tortoise is at a crossroads. One path leads toward a future where it exists only in zoos and private collections, a ghost of its former self. The other leads to a restored wilderness, where the tortoise once again roams free, digging its life-sustaining burrows under the vast African sky. The choice isn't just in the hands of governments or conservationists. It's in the hands of everyone who has ever looked at a tortoise and seen something worth protecting. Have you ever encountered an African spurred tortoise or another animal caught in the wildlife trade? Share your story in the comments. Let's start a conversation about how we can be part of the solution.